Guys, I'm here to show you guys how to get that MPA slash Rudy Wave vocal effect, and we're doing that on NCH software. Oh guys, welcome back to NCH software academy, and today I will be teaching you how to do it. So first of all, I would love to play it. Let me just put the volume a little bit up, around 80. Yeah, so this is the beat. Okay guys, let me just try to skip it a little bit so I can come here. So okay, I'll tell you how to bang it.
Yeah. Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this. I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy. Someone said in blood just came with the remedies. They don't know my struggle, how intense it is. All they do, they German, they just activists. Never was surprised on why they were hating me. I don't give a fuck, cause I love my identity. Yeah.
Okay. So guys, the first thing you need to understand when it comes to vocal mixing is that the artist he used his low tones when while he was singing this, and the vocals are pretty good. Such a way I really feel like I don't have to put auto-tune on it, you know. So I will be showing you how to mix this track, and as I show you guys, you'll see all the basics on how to get it. This is before, you know.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this. I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy. Someone said in blood just came with the remedies. They don't know my struggle, how intense it is.
Okay, let's go to our FX here. You just go to our effects, then you go to popular, you go to equalizer, then you can go to parametric EQ. So parametric EQ is the first thing that we will love to add. When you want to get that MPA vocal effect, you can add auto-tune firstly, then you come to your parametric EQ. But for this artist, I feel like this artist is he used his low tones and his vocal blended well with the beat. But if sometimes you can hear when you are producing, you hear some of the vocals they're off key, you know. They're off key. That's when you'll start using auto-tune, you know, just to make those keys, his vocals which are off key, and then try to put them on key, you know. So for this effect, we won't be using auto-tune in the form of a vocal, you know. T-Pain, if you're doing T-Pain, whether you can sing or not, you still have to you still have to use auto-tune. But for niggas for rappers NBA YoungBoy, Kodak Black, the list goes on, most of the time they don't use auto-tune, you know. Auto-tune, they use auto-tune as a pitch corrector rather than as an effect, you know. So for this vocal, we won't be using for this vocal effect, we won't be using auto-tune. So here we have only 3 bands. We have our lows, the mids, and our highs. So I would like to add a little bit of our highs. I would like to add a little bit of my mids, a little bit of it. Then you push the lows a little bit down, you know. Then
all they do, they German, they just activists. Never was surprised on why they were hating me. I don't give a fuck, cause I love my identity. Yeah, this is kind of my dream, I'm expecting.
So that's just what I did. That is exactly what I did on my parametric EQ. Push the highs a little bit, push a little bit of our mids, then push down a little bit of our lows, you know. So here what I was doing I was trying just to cut a little bit of our lows, because here this is where you'll hear a lot of the noise. So I was trying to push it down a little bit, push it back down a little bit, then I increased here, then I also boosted a little bit of my highs. Then what else I would love to do, I'll also love to add another parametric EQ, but I'm really okay for this one. Let's use a graphic because we can see exactly where we'll be. I don't think this is the one that I want, but there is another equalizer, visual EQ. So this one is another EQ that we'll need to have. So what you'll have here, you'll just play it.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm
So what you will do, you just try to cut it here. So the more you cut it, the more your vocal will sound like they're being cut, they're being removed. For an example, let me click here, then let me put this straight to 0. then let me put this to 0. Like it won't sound good because like it decided to cut a lot of vocals around this position. Let me play so you can hear what I'm saying. You see, like it is not sounding good because we did cut a lot of vocals around here. So what we need to do here, you just try to push it there and try to push it there and try to push this one there. But what we need to do, I feel like I really need to cut around certain vocals towards the back. Then I have to put a little bit of a I feel like I need to cut a little bit of the vocals around here because I can hear a little bit of it sounds here, like frequencies that I don't want. So I'm trying to cut those frequencies. You can take this and try to make it as much as you want. Put so many dots as much as you want. So let me play it.
Drain my energy, so much sudden blood just came.
So another thing that I would love to do, I would like to please click here and click here. I would like to boost a little bit of my highs. Then you can take this and push it here. Then I would like to take this and push it a little bit backwards. I want to boost the highs, but I want around this position to de-boost it. I really don't know the right term to use, but I want around this position. I don't want to boost it. Then I would love to boost like this term, but you don't have to boost this area that much because the moment you boost it on the big time, you'll have that telephone kind of a sound. So I want it to be there, but at the same time, then around like the 5,000 hertz, I really like to push it like just push it like that, because on here that's when like every time it calls like the S sounds. Yeah, this is where like the S sound originally like you'll hear a lot of S sound, but you can try like trying to push it forward and backwards until you can get at the exact point where there's too much of the S sound. So can you hear it?
Came with a remedy. If they don't know my struggle, how intense it is. All they do, they German, they just activists. Never was surprised.
So what I'm hearing, like I feel like I boosted too much of the mids. I boosted too much of the mids here, so I need to bring them a little bit down. I need to bring them a little bit down. Then I have to bring this a little bit down. Then one of the things like I usually like to do is just try to, when you're boosting highs, you know, just try to give it a little bit of a breasting room here in this position. Just try to give it a breasting room, but you still need to boost your highs, but do give it a little bit of the breasting room there. So let me cancel it and hear it again.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this.
So I can hear like the vocals up front, you know? So let's click here and play it without those two EQs.
I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy, it's almost sudden blood.
So let's put those EQ, then you'll hear the difference.
I just came with a remedy. If they don't know my struggle, how intense it is. All they do, they German, they just activists. Never was surprised on why they were hating me. I don't give a fuck.
Guys, there's a very big difference. Let me remove it for the last time. Let's play it without the EQ.
Cause I love my identity. Yeah, this is kind of my.
Let's pause. Let's play it with the EQs.
Free, I'm expecting just to bang it, then I gotta relieve it in my way. Someday I make it.
So how do you feel the vocal? So what I did on those two EQs, like I tried to take my vocal and try to squash them in a way that I want them to be to be placed on the same part on this let's say, instead of leaving your vocal to go around the room, I want them to be specific, to come in a middle. It's like I just push my vocal on a mono than stereo, because I want them to hit, but they are not mono, they're still stereo. But I try to push them in a way that like they sound good, you know. Okay, what else I would love to do? I'd like to put a little bit of a compressor. Definitely I need to put a compressor. So one of the things like you really need to understand about the compressor, attack, that means like how hard you want, like at the beginning if I say go, how much I want that go, that G on go, like I want that sound like to be emphasized on the release time towards the end. So I don't want this too much release for this one. I need to decrease a little bit of a release I don't need too much of a release for this track, but I want my attack to be very fast. I want my attack to hit immediately, you know. So so the threshold is where do I want it to compress, you know. So if like this how much I want it to compress, then that's exactly what I want. The more I decrease, the more like my compressor is becoming like too much. So the limiter, if I decrease, the limit is I'm telling it around 0 dB. The limit is like your vocal should stop sounding where, like if like I can push this down, that means my vocal will stop sounding on a certain part. I wish guys I can have like a drawing pad so that I can show you, but let me try to a threshold, guys. A threshold, yeah. Threshold, if like your vocals are sounding very loud, let's say they're sounding from 0, here is 0, here is 10, and you put your threshold around 7, that means like you from 7 to 10 you'll be that's where you'll be doing like too much of that's where you'll be a lot of compressor will be there, like you're compressing from 7 to 10. If like your threshold is still 10, I really don't know how should I explain this, but I really don't know, guys. But the threshold, if like let's say like you have 0 and you have 10, right? Then you say my threshold, I want my threshold to be 0 to 5. Then from 5 to 10, that's what you will be compressing. Then from 0 to 5, you won't be compressing that. So your compressor will only apply from 6, 7, 8, 10. That's what the threshold does, you know. So the limiter, you say you have 0 here, you have 10 here. So from if you put your limiter around 5, you're saying like I want my sound to only stop only on 5, to not go above that 5, you know. So if my limiter is on 8, that means my sound will sound high until the 8 volume or until the 8%, and it cannot go higher than 8. I'm limiting it so that it don't pass that 8 level. So if like I decided to limit until 2%, all my vocal will sound low. They will sound very the volume of it will be sound very low, because I don't want my volume of the vocal to surpass like 2%. So that's why I feel like for this track I really don't need to limit, unless like my vocals were sounding they were too big. I can compress a little bit and say okay, I want to compress until I want to compress maybe 2 dB. I want my limiter to cut about 2 dB of my vocals, of my original vocals, you know. So those are one of the things. Like sometimes you do have like a slight compressor and stuff, but for this one I feel like okay, let's put it around here. Let me play it.
Yeah. Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant. I'm
so I feel like there's too much of compressor, so let's try to push it down.
In this, I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy. So much sweat and blood just came with a remedy. They don't know my struggle, how intense.
I feel like putting a compressor it is good, but let's look for another compressor. Let's use like a G-com. Good. I think this one would be good. So I want like my ratio to be 1/5. Okay, let's try one.
It is. All they do, they jump and they just activists.
So what does the ratio means? Like for each and every 1 dB, like I'm cutting like about 3, you know. This is a limiter, the one I've already told you about. Then this is a compressor, guys. This is you can see from this shape, the moment like I do this, so that's my unlimited amount. So when I do like this amount, the small place, that is what I will be compressing, you know. So I want my attack to be very down, and I will love my release to be around this position. Let me play again.
Never was surprised on why they were hating me. I don't give a fuck, cause I love my identity.
So you can see here, guys, you can see how it's happening. If I decrease my like my limits around this won't sound this big, like its volume will go down. Okay, let me play.
Yeah, this is kind of my dream. I'm expecting just to bang it, then
I hope that guys really showed you like what the limiter does. But after this, since like I did compress this amount, you know, compressing like you're taking a big sound and trying to make it a little bit thin. So I'll have to put a little bit of a gain. I would like to have like about 5.5 gain reduction after like all this compressing thing I just did here.
I gotta relieve it in my way. Someday I'll make you proud, yeah. The shift on his face will be priceless. It was hard to believe that you stabbed me in the back when you used to repeat.
Okay, guys, let me remove everything so that you can hear the difference. Before, this is what before.
You saying you love me, I knew you're broken hearted.
Let me put it after.
I thought I could show you what love is.
So I hope you guys can hear the difference by far. So far, I hope you all can hear the difference. So one of the things like I really feel like I'm missing, like sometimes you can put so many compressors on it, but for right now I feel like I need to put a little bit of I can put a dehancer after I like to put a dehancer first, then I compress. A dehancer, like you see like what I did around this position here. I was trying to cut the dehancer sound, that's S sibling sound. So this one also comes in that format that I wanted to cut those S sound, those harsh S sounds. Then I decided to compress both of them. This is a compressor and this is a compressor. So what I will do next, sometimes other people like will start putting limiters, but for me, I personally feel for this vocal I need to put a little bit of I can put a compressor again, but I need to put something like a distortion. I need something that will bring my vocal up, you know. I need something that will bring my vocal up. I can also use the compressor to bring my vocal again up. You can use a chorus like I use it towards the end, but for this one I need something like they call it like the saturation. You want to put a little bit of a saturation on your vocals. So let's look what we can use for the saturation. What can we use for saturation? Let's use this. I think this stands for saturation maximum. So the plugin is not working on me. Then like definitely we're gonna use a compressor, since it is not working. So let's use G-Low. G-Max is not also working, so let's go to modulation. Let's go and sometimes you can put a little bit of a vibrato if you want like your vocal to. Okay, let's use like let's go to volume and we go to compressor, because I feel like I will need I would love to boost a little bit of on my vocals, and here like they only have a general voice level. Okay, let's see.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting this. I'm getting way too arrogant. I'm passing this. I'm too powered up. You can
So I would like to decrease a little bit of my lows, and like let's hear it for the last time.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant. I'm passing this. I'm too powered up. You can drain my energy.
So he started to do this thing of kicking. So let me switch off everything so that you can hear the difference before. This is what I did before.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant. I'm passing this. I'm too powered.
Let me show you after, guys. Let me put everything. Let me show you after we did this little bit of a mastering. How does it sound?
Up, you can drain my energy. Someone said I'm blood, just aim with a remedy, Listen what the legend has to say, And I'm passing this. I'm too powered up. You can drain my energy.
So I hope you guys can hear. I already don't know why it's doing this right now.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant. I'm passing this. I'm too powered up. You can.
Okay, guys, I feel like I only need to put one last thing. I need to put like I can put a chorus on it, but for this one I really don't feel like I need to put a chorus, because my vocal is already, I feel like it is thick and it's on a level that I really love it. So I feel like I need to put a little bit of a reverb on it, a reverb and a delay. It won't work. Okay, let's time-based effects. So I want a little bit of a reverb. So I want it at the dry to go a little bit down. My weight to go down. I want my dry straight to 0. I want my diffusion around 5%. I want my decay time to be at 100. What do we have here? Then let's try to share it. I hope that it don't sound very loud. Okay, let's go and see what's happening around here. Okay guys, it's not playing. For what reason? I really don't know why. Maybe it's because like I'm using a demo version. Maybe after a certain minutes like it don't play. Okay, let me try to push a little bit of
I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy. Someone said I'm bloody, someone said I'm bloody,
So guys, I really feel like when I put this reverb, I really don't know what's wrong with this reverb. Like something is happening and my vocal is not playing no more. So I really need to check another reverb. I need to check another. So we can also use like a Dr. DR in the form of a reverb. We can use like Dr. AR as a form of a reverb. Then I will try like to decrease this to around like 50. Okay, let's hear it out.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this.
I feel like there's too much of a reverb around here. What else we can do? Okay, we can decrease a little bit of a damping. We can decrease a little bit of a damping, make it a little bit small. But small, how much we want it. Then I really don't love to touch here. Then I want the gain to be without 0. Okay, let's hear it again.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this. I'm too pissed.
I feel like there's still too much of a reverb. I still feel like there's too much of a reverb. Okay, let's just. Okay, I really don't love to touch that. So let's decrease the damping from around here again to our virtual instrument, our reflection, then our master. Okay, let's try to play it again.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this.
Okay, all we have to do right now, go to your mixer, you go there and try to make sure like your vocal is on a good level, kind of a sound. So allow it to put a little bit downwards. I really don't know why right now is doing this step and go thing, but at the beginning it was great. So let's see for the last time.
Listen what the legend has to say in this.
I feel like the reverb like is not good for this kind of a vocal, but I still feel like I still need to put a reverb on each, but I'm still confused whether which reverb I can use or the reverb which is perfect for this. But guys, let's just leave it just like this because it still sounds great just like this. So guys, this is how like you get that NBA/Rotary wave vocal effect. Hope you guys can hear like the difference before and after. Like there's a huge difference. And on this one guys, I decided to take you like step by step so that you can understand like all the mastering process on how I approach vocals like using like MixPad NCH software. Okay, let me play it.
Listen what the legend has to say in this. I'm getting way too arrogant, I'm passing this. I'm too powered up, you can drain my energy. So selling blood, someone selling blood. Just came with the remedies. They don't know my struggle, how intense it is. All they do, they judge me, they just activists. Never was surprised on why they were hating me. I don't give a fuck, cause I love my days indeed. Yeah, this is kind of my dream. I'm expecting just to bang it, then I gotta relieve it in my way. Someday I'll make you proud, yeah. The shit on his face will be priceless. It was hard to believe that you stabbed me in the back when you used to repeat, saying you love me. I knew you're broken hearted. I thought I could show you what love is.
So guys, for today, that's all like I can show you guys today.